Hello. 100% passing, 100% duels won. Ayden Heaven quietly enjoyed perfect Man United debut versus Fulham. A penalty shootout defeat to Fulham at Old Trafford dumped Manchester United out of the FA Cup. Welcome to the new edition of the week from Carrington. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ruben Amorim's only hope for silverware this season now lies with the Europa League, which is also the only route to qualifying for Europe next season. Manchester United resumed their Europa League campaign on Thursday evening with the first leg of their round of 16 clash against Real Sociedad. Amorim will have no choice but to rotate his side again after energy levels were depleted over 120 minutes against Fulham. Harry Maguire is very, very tired, according to Bruno Fernandes, and he was not the only United player struggling towards the end of the match. Matthijs de Ligt was a titan against Fulham, but the Dutchman was struggling with cramp in the final minutes. It means Amorim will have to rely on some of his other defensive options, including January signing Ayden Heaven. Ayden Heaven enjoyed perfect Man United debut. With Maguire struggling to continue, Heaven came off the bench for the 30 minutes of extra time. The 18-year-old was signed by United from Arsenal's academy in the January window. United fans were impressed by Heaven, with the new signing coming into a chaotic cup tie and providing a sense of calm at the back. Heaven completed all 6 of his attempted passes and also won both of his aerial duels. He only lost possession once and provided some much-needed energy in defense to stop Fulham's counterattacks. It was only last week that Heaven impressed on his under-21s debut for United, but it seems he has found a spot in the first team that he will want to keep hold of. Ayden Heaven will be important for Ruben Amorim this season. Heaven joined United in January knowing that the Red Devils planned on bringing him straight into the first-team squad. However, what he likely didn't expect is to make his debut so soon, but injuries have shoved him up the pecking order. Lisandro Martinez's ACL injury means he will be out for months, and it has put extra strain on both Maguire and de Ligt. Read more, where Ayden Heaven sits in Man United pecking order as Ruben Amorim says he is ready to play. Leny Yoro has impressed under Amorim and looks to be a key part of United's future defense, and it seems Heaven could soon join him. With only the Europa League to play for this season, fans can expect to see more of Heaven as Amorim brings him through as a regular first-team player. Chido Obi has 5-word response as Ayden Heaven sends Man United message after debuting versus Fulham. Manchester United's nightmares continued at the Theatre of Dreams this season, this time their FA Cup defense ending at the hands of Fulham. However, unlike other games, Man United did create plenty of chances, and even beyond the style of play, United had 2 big positives. Chido Obi shone versus Fulham's physical defenders, while Ayden Heaven made his Man United debut when Harry Maguire picked up a knock. Heaven enjoyed a quietly impressive debut, repelling danger at every opportunity with confidence and assertiveness, and he's now broken his silence for the first time since the game. Ayden Heaven reacts to Man United debut. Heaven had joined United and, unlike Chido Obi, was immediately under immense pressure because he was being paraded around like a first-team signing. Moreover, Heaven's motivation for joining United was questioned since Arsenal are a much more successful club right now. Therefore, he needed to make a strong impression on debut, and he did just that in tense circumstances, even if the result was not ideal. Heaven addressed the result in his message after the debut, while also providing hope for the future. Unlike Chido Obi, who gained many plaudits for his appearance, Heaven's debut went a bit under the radar because he was reduced to doing the dirty work of mopping up at the back. However, fellow ex-Arsenal graduate made sure to give Heaven his flowers as he sent him a 5-word response to his message. Obi said, "So proud of you, mate," while Joshua Zirkzee, an increasingly influential figure in the dressing room for youngsters, added 4 emojis: heart, praying, flexing, and 100. United Academy right-back Habib Ogunai replied with 2 fire emojis as his post was liked by Patrick Dorgu, Shea Lacey, and more. Heaven has probably done enough to make Amorim trust his abilities and give him more regular minutes in the future, especially if Maguire's knock forces him to miss some games. Bruno Fernandes drops powerful message to all Man United players after FA Cup exit. His main focus is what fans demand. Bruno Fernandes insisted that Manchester United players must not forget what their main focus is now after the Red Devils' FA Cup exit at the hands of Fulham. Manchester United's FA Cup title defence in the 2024-25 campaign came to a crashing halt on Sunday evening after their penalty shootout defeat at Old Trafford. The Red Devils were placed on the back foot after Calvin Bassey broke the deadlock for Fulham in the first half of injury time, and United went into the break 1-0 down. However, Bruno Fernandes rallied United's comeback in the second half, and the 30-year-old Red Devils captain produced a stunning finish to pull his side level. Ruben Amorim's men played out extra time at Old Trafford, and neither United nor Fulham were able to find the winner ahead of penalties. United successfully converted their opening 3 penalty kicks in the shootout, while Fulham netted all 4 of their penalties from the spot kick. However, Bernd Leno denied both Joshua Zirkzee and Victor Lindelof from the spot kick to seal a 4-3 penalty shootout win for Fulham at Old Trafford. Fulham punched their ticket to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup after knocking Manchester United out of the competition in the 5th round. Ruben Amorim's last shot of capturing major silverware as United manager in his debut season at Old Trafford hangs on the Red Devils winning the Europa League. United progressed out of the league phase format of the 2024-25 Europa League tournament, and Amorim's men are through to the knockout rounds. The Red Devils will travel to the Anoeta Stadium on Thursday for the first leg of their last 16 encounter with La Liga outfit Real Sociedad in the Europa League. Speaking after the FA Cup defeat to Fulham, Bruno Fernandes reminded his United teammates that progression in the Europa League remains a top priority. Of course, I helped the team to draw the game and to try to get back into the game to win it. But unfortunately, it was not enough today, he told MUTV, as per Manchester United's official website. But we look forward now to the rest of the season, obviously with the main focus now on the next game in a competition where we want to go forward. It's one of our goals for this season to try to get a trophy. Man United want to sign another absolute magic forward alongside Osimhen. Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim has been linked with returns for various sporting stars as he continues his spell at Old Trafford, and one new name has been touted in Francisco Trincão to join Giovanni Quenda, Victor Gyökeres and Ousmane Diomande as players linked from the Portuguese capital. Amorim's spell became even more treacherous on Sunday afternoon after his side were dumped out of the FA Cup on penalties by Fulham, meaning that they're out of both domestic competitions, and by sitting 14th in the Premier League, it means the Europa League will be their only chance of a trophy this season. As a result, reinforcements are needed for next season, and that could see them move for Trincão in a bid to bolster their squad. Man United keep eyes on Trincão ahead of move. The report from Portuguese outlet A Bola states that current United boss Amorim was largely responsible for the signing and development of Trincão at the Estadio José Alvalade, and with the gaffer now at Old Trafford, he wishes to keep his eyes on the winger in a bid to bring him to the northwest of England. Sporting want to renew Trincão's contract, despite having a deal running to the summer of 2027, but United's financial power could be enough to see them force a move over the line. Trincão has played more minutes than any other Sporting player this season, alongside being one of the club's most sought-after players, having garnered vast interest in his services following a superb few years under Amorim since the turn of the decade. With United especially holding him in high regard and their winger ranks being depleted thanks to the loan exits of Marcus Rashford and Antony, alongside the season-ending injury afforded to Amad Diallo, it highlighted the need for a new winger to join the club. And that could see the former Wolverhampton Wanderers loanee make his way to the Premier League once again despite a failed spell back in the 2021-22 season, where he scored just 2 goals in 28 Premier League games before finding his feet at the Primera Liga champions, where he has since been called absolute magic. Trincão not only Sporting star linked, Quenda also on radar. Trincão isn't the only Sporting winger to have been linked with a move to the Red Devils. GMS sources revealed that young star Giovanni Quenda is also on United's radar for a move to rejoin Amorim after he handed him his first team debut at the start of the campaign, and having excelled at club level alongside being called up to the Portuguese national team earlier in the season, he'd be a superb signing for the future. However, Trincão has more to offer at present, and that could see United add the former Barcelona man to their ranks to overturn their shambolic form this season, with the likes of Victor Osimhen and Gyökeres also being linked to immediately boost their title chances. Trincão has played in an impressive 40 games already this season for Sporting, notching 8 goals and registering 13 assists in all competitions, including an 8-goal haul in the top flight, and with assists against Manchester City and Arsenal in the Champions League, he's shown that he can do it on the big stage against England's best sides. Thanks for following us.